Hi, Diane. Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. And it's Thursday, time for the live chat. I'm not sure if I should turn that light off back there. Hi, Cindy. I'm going to go turn that light off right there. Hi. Wait a minute. All right, that's better. I just let the dog, just let the dog out. It is so cold. It's 10 degrees outside. She only stays out for less than 5 minutes. Karen, hi, Karen. Or Jita Girl. What is your name? I keep forgetting. Sometimes you sign on as your name, and I don't remember. Yvonne, that's right. Sorry. I don't know why I can't remember that. I'm going to write that down. Yes, my memory is so bad. Hi, Janet. Bumblebee can't be here tonight. She says hello to everybody. They have a whole bunch of stuff to do that they had to take care of tonight. So what has everybody been doing? How many people have this snow? We have, we got the lake effect snow here, which we very seldom get. It came way more south than it usually. We get lake effect snow from Lake Erie. I'm in Ohio. So up by the lake, they really get hit with all the snow. My daughter and my son got more than me, but I have at least 5 or 6 inches. It's clear down in North Carolina. It's freezing. Yes, it is freezing. I think the cold went all over. Janet, you had so much yesterday. It didn't stop snowing yesterday, and it didn't stop snowing here till about 4 o'clock. And then sort of just had flurries for a while, and then finally the sun came out. So I don't think we're supposed to get much snow tomorrow. A little bit, but not like the last 2 days. It's so like a winter wonderland here. And it's the kind of snow that just, I'm surprised because it's so cold, but it is sticking all over everything. It's so pretty outside. The streets are extremely slippery. Well, here we were supposed to get that sleet and ice, but I don't think we got it here where I am. They got it more north. But I think it just stayed rain and then it started to snow. So we didn't have that ice condition. which I'm very thankful for. Because if I walk on this snow, it's just sort of sticky. Uh, it's not slippery. Now, I haven't walked on it a lot, but just out on the deck. Um, my guy came and plowed my driveway. It was about, I don't know, 10 o'clock this morning. But by the time the postman came to pick up my packages, it had snowed another 2 to 3 inches. But he came up the driveway anyway. So yes, I sold those 3 things that went out this morning. I did a ship with me this morning. And I haven't sold anything since. But we'll see. It's getting cold in St. Louis. Maybe some flurries. Yeah. Well, we just got really hit with it here. It was surprising because we had like 3 or 4 days of warm weather beforehand. I mean, it had been in the 50s and then the 40s, and then all of a sudden we had this snowstorm and the temperatures just plummeted. Yes, I'm glad I sold some things. It always helps. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but my inventory I've gotten it below 2000. In fact, it's way down. It was 1940, which is easy to remember. But now I sold 3 things, so it's probably 1937. So we'll see. I'd love to get it to 1500. Well, here's what's happening about that little desk chair that I ordered. And it came, and remember, I couldn't make it go up or down, and it's in the down position. I love the little chair. It's exactly what I wanted. It was very inexpensive. However, it doesn't work. But I couldn't get it to work to make it go up. It has that, I don't know what it's called. It's a gas cylinder that's under these desk chairs. But the little paddle that you pull up isn't doing anything. So I wrote to the company, and they told me I had to send a couple things, which I did. Then they said I had to send a video of the chair and what's happening with it, what it's not doing. So I sent that today. They said they're going to send me a part. I hope I can get the chair apart to fix it, because right now I can't even pull the seat back off of the chair. I'll have to have somebody help me. I'm certainly glad that I didn't have Samantha come out Wednesday when the snow started. It started Wednesday afternoon. But she had heard that the ice was coming first, and she was afraid to come out here. So I said, "Oh, for goodness sakes, don't come." So she's supposed to come actually tomorrow, but I don't know now with all the snow whether she'll come or not. So I may text her after this and tell her just to, it's it's still slippery on the roads. My roads out here aren't even cleared yet. I mean, the snowplow has gone up and down the road, but the snow is still on the road. That's the bad thing about ordering online. I know. I know, that's what I expected. I expected them to just tell me to send it back, and they would, uh, send me a whole new chair. I don't wanna have to fix it. I want a new chair. I want an exchange. But right now, I couldn't even take even if I that's the problem. What if I can't get the chair apart to put it back in the box? How am I gonna exchange it? February is coming. Now I've never seen you here before. Do I have diabetes? No, but my cat does. Hmm. That's a very strange name and a strange question. Who are you? Ah, and I don't have anybody here with a wrench. I Diane used to have a wrench. Uh, where is Bumblebee was the only one was let's see, I don't know. Diane, you don't have your wrench. I forget even how to give somebody one. Hi, Vicky. Vicky Sue. Oh dear. Now see that person should be do I like Mexicans? All right. I hid that person. It can't be good. Uh, yeah, I'll have to go on. I hid. You won't be able to see any messages anymore from that person. I'll go on later and see if I can actually delete. I'm afraid to click it again for fear it comes back. Uh, yeah. Yes, they disappeared. I made them disappear. Yeah, I'm not sure how I give somebody a wrench. That's just means you can do the same thing I would be doing if I don't happen to see, you know. Like if I hadn't seen him or her, whoever it is, uh, Bumblebee would have taken care of that. But I don't have, I don't know. I forget how I did that. So I'll have to just watch myself, I guess. I don't ever get those. Very, very seldom. So that's rare. Ah, Is anybody else selling anything, or is it slow all over? Did you all see my grocery haul? I ordered groceries from Walmart. I never go to Walmart. Hi, Undercover. Let's take the chair to Kohl's to do. Yeah, you shouldn't have to jump through hoops to fix a bro. No, I don't think so either. So if I don't hear from them uh, in the next day or so, I'm just going to have to. I'll just take it back. But like I said, what if I can't get it apart? I can't get the chair part out of the that pole thing because I put it together. It was very easy to put together, but now I can't get it apart. You saw my grocery haul. Am I doing any cooking? Uh, I very seldom do what you call cooking. Yes, Yvonne, I really don't cook anymore. I hardly eat anything. I eat very little. And I don't even know what I bought. You see, I didn't even buy any meat. I have what I need. And, I'll make soup. I'll make a big pot of soup in the winter. And I still have chicken quarters that I make soup out of in the freezer. I love soups. And yeah, I don't cook much anymore. I did get a cabbage. Now I'm thinking of making some vegetable soup. Um, but the last time I made vegetable soup with a whole lot of cabbage in it, it was not good for my stomach, if you know what I mean. Uh, but I know it's good for you. It's just something I think you should make in the winter. Like cabbage, something with cabbage soup, lots of vegetables and tomatoes and cabbage. I like it. Yes, I'm still within my groceries limit because I spent 149 for this haul and I spent 58 at the first of the month. So I'm still not even to 250. And I allotted 300 this month because I kept going over. So I took something out of something and put it in the grocery budget. But I'm not planning on buying anything else the rest of the month unless I run out of like half and half or something, but it won't be anything much. That's why I did such a big shopping, so I wouldn't have to go back. Because I was out of some things, and I can't be running out of maple syrup because I use it for too many things. Basic things like that. Ketchup. Yes, I have Walmart Plus. So all I have to do, well, you pay yearly, but all I have to do, I think it's $9 a month I pay, 9 or 11, I forget. So when I order something, I just pay whatever I want to tip. So there was a $12 and something tip on that because the bill was what was it, 149. Yeah, you tip a percentage. It's very handy to have, because Walmart has everything. The trouble with doing Instacart and uh, Aldi is the other place I order from. Excuse me. Is Instacart has a fee, and then you tip, so it's more it's more expensive to get things delivered from Aldi. So everything you save on Aldi, you're giving right back. And Aldi doesn't have everything. So when I want to make sure I get everything, and Walmart is very is they're never out of anything. You know, Aldi a lot of times they're out of things. So yeah, I'd rather if I'm going to go to Aldi, I'd rather go there in person, and then I can just go to Aldi first and then go to another store to get what either they didn't have or what I get someplace else. But I think I'm going to keep my ordering from Walmart Plus. Well, I tip because my daughter did that for a while. And she did Uber and Instacart, Uber and Dash, whatever she did. But she would go grocery shopping a lot for people. And she says nobody ever tips. And she thought it was terrible because the little bit that people were telling them, they were getting like, they were doing this big grocery haul, and these people would tip them $2. I mean, that's terrible. Now my daughter knows a lot about tips because for years and years, I'm talking about 15 years, she was a bartender. So she knows all about tipping. And then she did this gig work before she got a job at the factory, which is much better. Uh, the grocery shopping and everything that really started during the pandemic. And that's sort of when people used to make a lot of money doing Uber and Dash and those things to get things for people because they didn't want to go out of the house. That's when I started ordering. I never ordered things before, but I didn't go out of the house for a year. And yeah, so I ordered everything in. Your daughter was telling you no tip, but maybe that was for her to order and pick up her. Yes, if you pick it up yourself, you don't tip. No, I used to, when I first started back to actually going out of the house, um, I would order from Giant Eagle. I don't know if that's a big grocery store here. And I would then pick it up. I would go there and just sit in the car. They'd come and load my car. I'd have no contact with anybody. And you didn't tip for that. Uh, they shopped for you in the store, the people that were in the store. It wasn't, they weren't people with another job. These were store people doing it. And I think when you pick up from Walmart, it's Walmart people doing it. So that's why you don't tip. But if they're shopping for you and they're bringing it to you in your, using their car and bringing it to you and putting it on your porch, or a lot of times they'll set it inside your door for you. Uh, yeah, then you should tip. Uh, yeah, my budget is doing fine. Yeah, Walmart Spark. Right, I think that's what it's called. When Walmart Spark first started, it was hard to get on there because my daughter tried. She had her name in for Walmart Spark for a long time, and she finally got okayed to do that, uh, and then she got this job, this factory job. I see people in the like in Target uh, all the time shopping for people. And I think I see people in Aldi too. Uh, you can tell when they're shopping for other people. A lot of times they'll have uh, deliveries separated in their cart and marked, A and B or whatever. Your dad likes Walmart. He likes going early and getting the discounted chicken and ground beef to make that day for a meal or ground beef. Yeah. Well, I go out more in the summer, of course. I mean, I go out to shop more, but in the winter, if it's anything like this, no, I won't be going out for quite a while. In fact, uh, when we heard this storm was coming, I went and started my car and let it idle for a while, and then I uh, shut it off and connected it to the trickle charger. So my car is all plugged in and put to bed. Closed it in the garage. Yeah, and has a full tank of gas because it was going to get so cold, and a brand new battery. So what could go wrong? Uh, well, I haven't done much decluttering in the last 2 days. I have to get back to that. Uh, Continue to work on that big desk. I have already have about 3 boxes to go to either Goodwill or Volunteers of America is where I take it. The desk, the desk has. I did those 3 drawers, and I haven't got to the other. The other side, it looks like drawers, but it's actually a cupboard that you open, and it's a big open space, and that's all full of stuff. I haven't got to that yet. And that middle drawer, that's where I found diaries. So I have to take them all out and get rid of them. Well, not get rid of them. I mean, put them someplace else. Take them upstairs and then clean out the rest of the drawer. So, I have a Monopoly game in there and I think Clue, my favorite games, and Scrabble. I have those 3 games in there. I don't suppose I'll be playing those anymore. My When my sister used to come visit, we used to play Scrabble. I forget when the last time I played Monopoly. Maybe when my grandkids were little. Jana, I haven't decided yet about the car. I go back and forth. Um, I've had people tell me all 3 things. I should buy this car out because it has such low mileage. It's a it's a really good deal. And then the other thing would be to buy an older car that doesn't have all this techie stuff on it, that doesn't run out the battery all the time, or to try to go without a car. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I can't buy a car. The only one I could buy would be I have done that before. I have bought my leased cars out. So that wouldn't be a problem. But to get rid of this one and then I can't go buy a car. I don't know anything about that. My son didn't seem all that interested about doing it for me. I used to love Clue too. It was one of my favorites. It's probably why I like mystery movies. I don't know. I would save so much money not having a car. That's what I keep thinking of. Now, yes, it would cost me to get driven places. Some, not everything would cost you anything because there's senior things that take you places. But if I'd have to pay. But it wouldn't cost me anything like it costs for a car, a monthly payment on a car, or gas or insurance. Just think, all that would be buying the lease car is probably the best if you decide to keep driving. Yeah, it would be an excellent buy. It wouldn't solve my chipmunk problem. I think what would cut down on the chipmunks, and I would hate to do this because I love to feed the birds. And if you feed the birds, you have chipmunks too. I mean, they eat the same thing that the birds eat. So I'd have to stop feeding the birds altogether, not be putting any seed and stuff out there. Actually, I'd probably have to get a barn cat or 2. That alone would probably solve the problem. Yeah, my car is a tremendous buy, whoever does get it, if I don't buy it out, because it doesn't even have 3,000 miles on it. It has 2,500 and some. It'll be 3 years old in the summer. So it may get 3,000. Probably not. So no mileage at all to speak of. And yeah, the only thing wrong with it is the chipmunk damage, which can be fixed if you don't keep getting this chipmunk in there. Your 2025 already has 7,000. Yeah, you got it in May. Yeah, yeah. I don't drive any place. It's 7 miles to town, 7 miles back, and I maybe do that once a week, but maybe not even that. So I have to look into how much it would cost or how easy it would be to get a driver. Well, not a personal driver. I can't afford that for sure. But, like how much it would actually cost to pay for like Uber or something like that. They have a senior Uber here for seniors. I have no idea. It would be at least 20 some dollars every time I would use it, but at least maybe that's just one way. I don't know. It's not that. It's the it's the feeling of independence that I would lose. It's kind of frightening not to have. Sorry, not to be able to just go out and get in a car and go. Since I've been driving since I was 16 years old. And the other thing is, my driver's license is due to get renewed in May on my birthday. What if I don't pass the eye test? I think you should calculate how much it would be to do rides financially a month, depending on where you plan on going. Yeah. I think I can probably call that. It's called Go Go Grandpa. It's actually Uber that just does seniors. I have found that out. Sorry, this happens every time I come on here. Yeah, I guess I could call them and sort of, you know, feel it out how much it would cost. Now I do have Samantha. Uh, Now every other week she'll take me anywhere. I mean, every other week she cleans, and that takes up her time that she has here. But then on the opposite weeks, we do things, whatever. I mean, it could be anything from helping me do inventory to go grocery shopping. So, yeah, maybe she'd want to work another day a week. I don't know. I'd much rather have her driving me. I don't know if that's just here or if that's all over. Uh, I know it's in Medina, but I don't know if it's just here or. They used to have a taxi service here in Medina, but they don't have that anymore. I suppose because of Uber and everything. A regular taxi. Yeah. You don't have that there? Yeah, I don't think a lot of places do have it, but I'm surprised. We also have in town, there's a senior center, and they have that little bus thing. And I think that's free, or maybe it's $2 or something like that. And they cart around. I don't think, I think it's more like a little bus service. I don't think it's, well, yeah, they'll take you to your doctor's visits and stuff like that. So it must be that you can call them. Medina is south of Cleveland. It's about, oh, I don't know, 30, 40 miles south of Cleveland. And it's west of Akron, Ohio. I was born in Erie, Pennsylvania, right on the lake. So I know what bad winters are. That's what my sister still lives in Erie, Pennsylvania. Sometimes they get snow in feet, not inches. I think it was last year or the year before they had like 8 foot of snow. But I grew up in winters like that, big time snows. Uh, I'm in Ohio, yes. Claire, I enjoyed your thing you put on my grocery haul. Uh, the girl that brought my groceries from Walmart yesterday, she was so nice, and uh, I opened the door wide, and she put them inside the house, so I didn't have to go out because it had started to snow already. Yeah, yeah. So she was all bundled up. A lot of people in Winston-Salem are from Ohio. Yeah, yeah, I figured. Winston-Salem. I think I've been there. Jen. Jen here on YouTube. Her name is Pudgy Picker. Also lives in Cleveland. I've never seen her. I'll have to. Is that her name on YouTube? I'll have to look. I'll have to watch her or look at her. I've never seen her. Pudgy Picker. And she does reselling also. Ah. Your cousins live in Coropolis? And that Pudgy Picker has an antique booth also. Ah. We did have a lot in common because I had an antique shop. I wonder where she has her antique booth at. There's a big antique place here in Medina. Well, there's a couple, but there's one that has, where you can rent out space and have a booth. My husband and I used to go there, look around. In fact, my dining room table is from there, is from that antique place in Medina. Yeah, I will definitely look at it. Yes, I've never run across her, which is rare. Okay. I think it's called Antiques and Uniques, where she sells that. I'm sure there's a million of them around in the Cleveland area or wherever she's from in this area. Cleveland's a big place. Buy some cocoa. I want to have some Cozy Shack rice pudding. Yes, I used to get that. I like that too. I can't find the Cozy Shack chocolate pudding anywhere. I used to get the tapioca and the rice pudding from Cozy Shack. I know. Don't you hate how that autocorrect thing? I know. It's there should be a way you can turn it off. I've never seen a place where you can do that though. Well, my cat has injured herself. She's not the lightest little cat in the world, and she's old. And she has trouble jumping up on the counter. It's counter height. But she jumps up on a chair first and then jumps up on the counter because that's where I have to feed her because the dog will eat her food if I feed her on the floor. So that's where she's always eaten at. But she's not as nimble as she used to be. And 2 or 3 times I've heard her fall off the counter, trying to jump up or jump off. And I think she's hurt herself. Her one back leg, sometimes it looks like it gives out on her. I think she's hurt her back hip or her leg. She doesn't seem to be in any pain at all. And sometimes she walks absolutely normally, but I know cats are really good at hiding pain. And yeah. So when I take her up to have her blood tested next time, I'll have the vet look at her hip. And it hasn't deterred her from wanting to eat. She still wants her treats. But I have now started to feed her as you go into the cellar way to go downstairs. There's a landing, and there's a cat door in that door where she barely fits through, but she can get through it. And she often sleeps right inside there because it's warm. My basement's the warmest part of my house because I have a boiler. So it heats up the whole basement. And it's warm. The heat rises up the cellar steps. And it's a warm place that she likes to lay. So she lays on the landing on top of the cellar steps. And that's where I've been feeding her. So, yeah, I want her to get out of the habit of jumping up on the counter. I don't want her falling off of that anymore. Well, I was going to show you this box that I found, this box of jewelry. Now, it's this big box. Well, it's a bag and a box. It's this bag of jewelry here. And then it's this box of jewelry. And I'm thinking a couple cute charm bracelets here that must be from somebody from the South because it's all has to do with either boating or like it has shells and a little crab on here and things to do with a sailboat, a turtle, things to do with the sea and the beach. But there's other things here too. And I thought maybe I could make a couple bundles of these together. Here's a teardrop thing, like a crystal with jewels. Here's one thing I listed because I thought maybe this would sell. This is a Harry Potter Deathly Hollow pocket watch. I thought maybe somebody that did the whole Harry Potter thing. I never even saw the movies or read the books, but this is a pocket watch. Now it needs, of course, it needs a battery. It's on this chain in this little bag. It says Warner Brothers. So there's that. That would just go with it. This, I think, one of these pieces is J. Crew. And if I could see, this is BCG Max Azaria. It's like a jeweled collar thing. Not exactly my style, but yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here. It was fun looking at it, but yeah. That box, and then this whole bag of stuff. So what do you think I ought to do with all this stuff? One of these pieces is a J. Crew piece, but I forget which one it is. A couple earrings. Nothing good. There's nothing really worth anything in here. It's all costume stuff. Okay. So I don't know what's in this little box here. And here's a little, this is made out of leather. I don't know what this is. It's a necklace on a leather chain, a leather piece of leather. This is from a bag that yeah. That's funny. I think I did look up the J. Crew thing, and it wasn't going for much. I think all of this came from Bryland Farm. I don't know if anybody watches her, what she has for sale. I don't get that anymore, but they would sell something, and then they would give away a little piece of jewelry with it, and you'd get this prize. Every time they sold something, they gave a little piece of jewelry. I could do that, but I don't want to copy what she was doing. I don't know what this is a big necklace, I guess. I don't think that's real turquoise. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'll just sort of bag it up in a couple bags and try to sell it that way. I hope you're allowed to do that. I know you can buy stuff like that bagged up like it at Volunteers of America. Goodwill used to have it, but my Goodwill doesn't have it anymore. But Volunteers of America does. I'm sure I can just donate it, but I could try it. So that's about all I had for tonight. I'm stuck here in the snow. I won't be going anywhere. Penny and I are just cozy in the house. She just came in and laid down in her bed back there. I'll tell you something funny. She has taken over my couch in the family room. I never sit on it. And she considers it her couch, I guess. So she most of the time sleeps either on the couch or in those big donut beds. She has 3 of these donut beds around. But I decided today that I was going to try to lay on the couch and see if I could see the TV from the couch instead of sitting in this very uncomfortable chair I've been sitting in. So I went and I got all situated on the couch, laid down on the couch, and she came and gave me a look like, what in the earth do you think you're doing there? And I'm telling you, she poked around at me and fussed around with me and jumped up on and acted like I took her couch. And she was making me laugh so much because she was acting like a little brat. She was insulted that I was laying on the couch. So I got off the couch. So I'm going to try again tomorrow. Yeah. She's just a spoiled little girl. So I think I will go. It's time for the cat's insulin. She gets it at 8 and 8. And she gets fed. I'm sure she's out there wondering where I am. It's a wonder she's not in here meowing again. But I have to go feed her, give her her insulin. And I'm in the middle of watching a movie about some flight. I forget when it was. It was a real thing that happened, a flight that disappeared in the Atlantic. And I think it took them years to find it. I forget what the number of the flight was, but yeah, it's all about that. So I will be back on Sunday to tell you what I sold all week. Hopefully I'll sell some more before then. Yes, good talking to you too. Yes, I will definitely stay warm. It's costing me a fortune in oil because I keep my house very warm. And as long as they keep filling my tank, I'm good. And I will be back on Sunday. Hopefully, I'll be back with a ship with me before that, but we'll see. So thanks for joining, everybody. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.